Hello guys, welcome back. Let's continue our next lesson, that is lesson number 3, classification and tabulation. Classification and tabulation. So this is again a big lesson. So you will be having, lesson is divided into two parts. One is classification and one more is tabulation. Okay. So let's continue. So what is classification? You have studied statistics. What is statistics? What are the definitions of statistics? What are the limitation of statistics? What are the functions of statistics? All those things you have studied. Now, to that definitions, to that data, primary or secondary data, you need to classify them. You have to set and you have to classify them. How to classify them? What do you mean by classification? So first, let us understand what is classification. So this is your definition of classification. What it is? Classification is the process of arranging the data into groups or classes according to the common characteristics possessed by the items of the data. By the items of the data. Okay. So that is known as classification. What is classification? I will read it to you. Classification is the process of arranging the data into groups or classes. Classification is the process of arranging the data. Means you have now collected the data. Now you have to arrange it. How are you going to arrange it? You are arranging it into groups or classes. Arranging into groups or classes. How will you arrange? Again, like that only. No. According to common characteristics possessed by the items of the data. According to the common characteristics. Means what do you mean by common characteristics? Marks will be, you'll collect marks. You'll collect, next you'll, okay. Simple example. Think that you are collecting price of grain items. Now, if you are collecting price of grain items, you will collect the price of grain items only. You will put all the grain items data in one header, that is grain items. Now, you will not mix grain items with milk. You will not mix grain items with rice or with some other eatable things or vegetables. You will not mix. Grain items means you will consider only grain items. Vegetables is a different thing. Liquid food is a different thing. Milk is a different thing. Okay, you will not mix it. You cannot mix it. That's what they are telling you. That is, classification is the process of arranging the data into groups or classes according to the common characteristics possessed by the item of the data. What do you mean? That is sorting of different items or observations on the basis of similar characteristics possessed by the items constituting in the data. This is the definition of classification. Now, what are the objectives of classification? They have asked this for 5 marks question. What are the objectives? Means why do you classify? Okay, if you see it, it's used to reduce the size of the data. Second one, to bring similarities together, to facilitate comparison, and to give importance to significant features of the data, and to enable further statistical analysis. If you remember all these, can you see they are all similar to the functions of statistics? See, reduce the size of data, to bring similarities together, to facilitate comparison, to give importance to significant features of the data. Same things. Okay. What do you mean? I need not explain anything. To reduce the data, yes, I have said when you are taking grain items, you will put it into one class, one header. So items will be reduced or items will come in one header. Size will be reduced. to bring the similarities together. Yes, you can arrange similarities and dissimilarities one side. All chalk pieces will be one side. All pens, marker pens will be one side. All ink pens will be one side. All ballpoint pens will be one side. See, you're comparing or you're bringing similarities one head. Now you'll compare them. So all ink pens in one side. All ink pens in one side means all type of ink pens will be there. In that again you have different type of ink pens. Calligraphy pens are there. Writing pens are there. 0.5 mm pens are there. 0.7 mm pens are there. So there are different things. Again they come under comparison or similarities. Then to give importance to significant features of data. Okay, what do you mean? This means some unnecessary and irrelevant details in the data are eliminated at the time of classification and make the data more precise and compact. So a simple example I was telling. For this pen, my height of this pen, okay, the circumference of this pen, it's not necessary. What is necessary is how much battery it is storing, what is the capacity of this battery, means for 3 hours non-stop I should write. This is important. Is this function of this white, I hope you can say this, there's a white nib there or tip, how much this tip is working properly, or what is this efficiency of this tip, this is important. Like this, height, weight of this pen is removed out. We collect it but removed. Now when you have removed, only two topics are remaining, nib of this pen and the battery capacity. So like this, unwanted data or important figures are only given importance, unnecessary data is removed out. Next, to enable further statistical analysis, means that's what I said, you taking this pen, will compare it with some other company. So like this, for this further analysis, classification is required. Okay, so I hope you understood. What are the objectives of classification? If there are 5 points, you have to write these 5 points correctly. Now, how many types of classification are there? This is also asked. This is either asked for 1 marks or 2 marks. They ask, or 5 marks also. They'll ask types and they'll ask you to explain. So there are 4 types. Chronological classification, or also the name temporal. Remember this, sometimes they ask this question, what is temporal classification? They have asked 2 years before, if I remember, if the dates or the years changes, but they have asked, I remember. Then you have geographical or spatial classification. Remember these names. Then you have qualitative classification, then quantitative classification. Now what are these 4 classifications? First one, chronological classification. Chronological means what? Chronology means orderly arrangement of statistical data according to time or date of happening of an event. According to the time. Chronology means time. Remember, one after the other. If the data are arranged over a different period of time, then that type of classification is called as chronological classification. Example, they have given population of India from 1931 to 2011. See, different amount of population, but they have given it for different years. So such a kind of classification is called as chronological classification. What is chronological classification? This is a 2 marks question. You have to write it for 2 marks. They ask, okay, so what is chronology? Chronology means orderly arrangement of statistical data according to time or date of happening of an event. Now, if the data are arranged over a period of time or different period of time, then the type of classification is called as chronological classification, or also known as temporal classification. Okay, example is given here, I have shown you. Next you have geographical. Geographical means on area, on space. If the data is classified on the basis of geographical or location or area wise, such as cities, districts, states, etc., it is called as geographical classification, or also called as spatial classification. Okay, example, see, they have given production of sugar in some states of India, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra, other states total. Now they have given production of sugar based on your or our state's name are there. See here, state's name is there. Because Uttar Pradesh produces more sugar, their name is there. like a different. This is just an example. Don't go on to, oh, either is it true, is it like this only? Don't worry about that. You try to understand the concept. Classification based on states or cities or districts or places. Such classification is known as geographical classification. Okay. So next one. They have given one more example. According to 2011 census, population of some states. See, at that time also we had population in previous example. See here. Here also we are having population, but they have given it here according to year. Here, but they have given here according to state. See, according to places they have given. Understood? So like this, such kind of classification is called as geographical, and if it is given on based of years or time, such classification is chronological classification. Then you have qualitative classification. Okay, if data is classified on the basis of qualitative characteristics or attributes, if you remember attributes in the first lesson, such as sex, literacy, employment and religion, etc., is called as qualitative classification. Classification of units on the basis of a single characteristics is a simple or one-way classification. Okay. Now, if you can see the example, the residents of a certain locality can be classified according to their occupation as, say, residents. Residents means what? Someone. Okay. Take example of your colony. Okay, there you can see what is their occupation and the number of residents there according to their occupation. Office, okay, office assistants, how many are there? Then you have businessmen, teachers, bank employees, like this. These are classified. And remember here, there is one thing they ask here. What is that? This, if you can see this, dichotomous or dichotomous, however you can pronounce it. The classification of units on the basis of single characteristics or attribute into two classes is called as dichotomous classification. That is, the data are classified in two classes as one group possessing and other not possessing the quality. Means, take this example. What example? Literate, no, unliterate, not literate, or illiterate, employed, unemployed. Okay, businessman, not businessman. Like this, such classification is called as dichotomous or dichotomous classification. It is dichotomous classification. Okay, next is. Example you have given. See here, members can be classified on the basis of sex. Male, female. Male, not male. Instead of writing not male, you write it as female. Okay. And similarly, the classification of units on the basis of attributes into two or more characteristics is called as manifold classification. These are also called as contingency table. So this is a contingency table. Why? Because they have classified into two or more characteristics here. See here. Population is one characteristic. Okay, then you have men, then they have split it into women, then literates, illiterates, literates, illiterates. Again they have split it. Employed, unemployed. Again they have split it. Married, single, married, single. So for these many, such classification is called as manifold classification. What is it called as? It is called as manifold classification. See, population here is again divided into men and women. Then literates and illiterates, then employed and unemployed, again then splitted there, married and single. Okay, so such classification is called as manifold classification. They all come under qualitative classifications. Next we have quantitative classification. The classification of units on basis of quantitative characteristics or variables such as height, weight, wages. Okay, number of children, number of phones, number of births, number of deaths, etc. is called as quantitative classification. Say, this we have done sums on this. Whatever we have done it on quantitative classification only. Say, example, the group of students may be classified according to their heights. 140 to 156 students. See, so this is class interval. And this is what? Frequency, right? Okay. So, this is quantitative classification. Next, The above two classifications are which above? These two, okay, are called as frequency distributions, because here they have given frequency, how much times, 140 to 150, how many students are there? 6 students, okay. So thus, what is frequency distribution? Definition: it is a systematic presentation of the values taken by a variable along with their frequencies. What is frequency distribution? Frequency distribution is a systematic presentation of the values taken by a variable along with the frequencies or along with their frequencies. Okay. So what do you mean by frequency? Frequency refers to the number of times an observation is repeated. Frequency refers to the number of times an observation is repeated. Okay, the number of observations corresponding to a particular class is known as class frequency. Now, what is class frequency of 140 to 150? It is 6. What is class frequency of 160 to 170? It is 18. So this is known as class frequency. Okay, it is a positive integer including 0. Okay, now we'll continue. There is much more time. So while framing frequency distribution, if class intervals are not considered, is called as discrete frequency distribution. Simple. See, if you see a 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 number frequency is given, but class interval is not there. Discrete numbers are there. Such is called as discrete frequency distribution. If it is continuous. See, for your example, 140 to 150, 150 to 160, 160 to 170, 170 to 180. Such is called as continuous class or continuous frequency distribution. We have already done sums on this. Okay. Now, for this to happen, what we have to do? There is something called as formation of discrete frequency distribution. Now, how will you form discrete frequencies? How to do it? I'll start that topic in my next class. So I'll end my class here today. What all we have learned? I'll come back again. We have learned what? We have learned what is classification. Okay, its definition. Then we have learned objective. How many objectives are there? 5 objectives. I said this is again a 5 marks question. If they have asked what is objectives or need for classification. Okay. Then how many topics were there? 5 topics. Then we had come across types of classification. How many types of classification? 4 types of classification. If they ask you for 5 marks, you have to explain them individually. You have to write definition of all. If they ask for 2 marks, just mention them. And if they ask define classification, explain types of classification. So definition will be having 2 marks. Then the rest of it, writing this will be having 1 mark. And the remaining 2 marks will be there for explaining any of the 2. Okay. Then what is chronological? Where we are classifying according to date or time. Classifying according to date or time. Such is called as chronological classification. Whereas geographical classification, we are classifying it basis on geographical or location or area wise. In cities, districts, states, such are called as geographical classification. And remember, chronological classification is also called as temporal classification. What classification? Temporal classification. And geographical is also called as spatial classification. Okay. Then next, qualitative classification. What do you mean by qualitative classification? Based on characteristics or attributes. Based on characteristics or attributes. Such classification is called as qualitative classification. In that, if classification is on the basis of single characteristics, is called as dichotomous or dichotomous classification. In qualitative only, if it is done on the basis of attributes in 2 or more characteristics, such is called as manifold classification. These are also called as what? Contingency tables. See, there only one thing is there, nothing is there, no more things. But here more than 2 things are there. So that's why this is manifold. And in quantitative, we'll classify on the basis of what? Height, weight, wages, or quantitative characteristics are also called as variables. Such classification is called as quantitative classification. And in that, what all we've learned here, this is also known as frequency distribution. What is this known as? Frequency distribution. What is frequency distribution? It is a systematic presentation of values taken by a variable with their frequencies. Then you have, what do you mean by frequency? Refers to number of times. Then you have class frequency, discrete frequency, and continuous frequency. Now, how to do this frequency? I'll continue it in my next class for you. Okay, I'll start with this sum. Okay, example one is given. I have to show it and I have to do it for you. And before I show, this has already been taught to you in economics, commerce students. For science students, this will be new, but for commerce students, this has already been done in economics part of statistics. So this will be a revision to you again, but that does not mean that you have to not read. You have to still read. You have to still write statistics exam also. You have to still write economics exam also. So there also it will come, and here also it will come. So I'll continue the next topic in my next class for this. Okay, I hope you are writing your assignments, and very soon your test dates will also be announced. I will send you the timetable. And while coming to test also, you have to show your assignments also. Okay. Thank you guys. I'll continue it in my next class.